Good morning again, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is the idea of pollution with emphasis on objectivity. It's kind of an interesting subject if you ask me. We've heard of pollution like atmospheric pollution or, water pollution or environmental pollution, but what most people fail to understand is that chemically speaking, in terms of composition and the elements and compounds involved, nature doesn't really have a huge preference. I mean, there's things that are toxic to the types of life that we like as humans, but to be objective, and that's kind of the emphasis here, there are a lot of chemicals that might be labeled, or I should say any chemical could be labeled as pollution, and that's kind of the funny thing. So let me explain what I mean by that. Consider that the Earth's oxygen supply, which is a little bit unique based on what I've seen, and I think what scientists already know about other planets. We don't see a huge number of planets with a lot of oxygen on them, water especially, and oxygen. And it turns out Earth's oxygen was not always here. Where did it come from is the question. Okay, well, I don't claim to know 100%, but I definitely have a theory that's supported by scientific data, geology, history studies and whatnot. But it seems like for millions, if not billions of years, life in the ocean on Earth produced oxygen. Plant life mainly, because as we know, photosynthesis and that process takes in carbon dioxide, expels oxygen, and on a long enough timeline you end up with what at the time, and here's the funny thing, might have constituted a type of pollution, which is now the reverse, right? We like oxygen. Plants don't like oxygen too much. I mean, they probably need a little bit, but they mainly subsist on carbon dioxide. And this is the interesting thing. For billions of years, plants expelled oxygen as a toxic byproduct of photosynthesis. And now we enjoy it. Hasn't always been here. And now what we call a toxic byproduct of our existence, largely, is carbon dioxide. Plants thrive on that. It's their main source of energy, besides light. So it's just interesting to think that perspective counts for a lot. My point is that to be objective is to start without assumptions, is to start without predisposition towards one thing or another, and that's what science calls for every time. Not being biased, being fair and unbiased. So kind of an interesting idea. I think that oxygen could be looked at as a type of pollution, but we enjoy it now. So anyway, have a great day. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.